I consider pretty much all these races sprint races now instead of the 1,000. I mean, the top, I don't know, 10 guys are all flat out 99% of the time. The spec class, I think for the most part, we're all sprinting until we either get to the finish line or something happens. Yeah, it's wide open the whole time. Anyone who tells you different is lying to you. Game plan for Sendero coming into the Baja 500 was I was going to qualify and start. Only run the race mile 120. Steve-O was going to get it at 120 and then take it to the finish. Pre-running for the Baja 500, Steve-O likes to go all out. We'll pre-run in the UTVs and get a good idea of what the course looks like. Then we'll run it a couple times in the spec truck, and then half the time he walks out of the hotel and runs over to the helicopter and jumps in it and flies half the course in the helicopters. We definitely get a good idea of what we're getting ourselves into.
About to crank this bad boy.
Do you know what you're doing?
No, we just make it up as we go. Yeah, that somebody left this helicopter here at the hotel. Preston and I figured, how hard can it be? We're just gonna go check out the course here real quick and see what we find. Hopefully we can get her back on the ground.
Steve-O's piloting skills are pretty excellent, actually. He's got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours, and he flies jets to single engine pistons to old warbirds to helicopters. He's to racing trophy trucks. He's just he's a jack of all trades when it comes to anything with a motor. My strategy going into qualifying in NoHost this year is I had never qualified there yet. I'm not a big fan of the real short, tight, slow stuff. I like the big, hanging it out, wide open stuff. The course had a bunch of blind rises and jumps and was really short and slow, technical. A lot of it was just carrying your momentum in that first and second gear. It wasn't very high speed, but it did have, aside from high speed, it did have a bunch of stuff that would get you in trouble for sure. Guys are 6100 truck. I might be partial because it's my family, but they're awesome. They handle really, really well. They work really good in the bumps, which, you know, everybody always gives the thumbs up in that regard. I mean, they've got 30 plus years of doing this, so the setup is pretty spot on with them right out of the box. We qualified 7th. It's always, my goal is always to qualify top 5. This class is so stacked. There's so many good, fast guys out there that really, you know, if I'm top 10, I'm happy, but I really want to be top 5. Not the best, but not too bad.
Yeah.
Top 10, we'll take it.
Yeah.
He didn't cut any corners this time,
Nope.
so that was good.
And didn't flip it, so we're good. And all the bodies still on it. We're winning. Race morning, team's feeling great. My navigator Jared and myself were ready to go. It's probably the most ready I've been for a race in a really long time. Excited, calm. We had a really good truck underneath us and ready to go party. Right off the start at Rancho Nelson's awesome. There's fans everywhere. They're super pumped and excited. I get super pumped up with all those guys. Everyone, all the families out there watching, cheering you on. It doesn't matter if you're racing a Class 11 or you're racing an all-wheel drive trophy truck. They all root for you the exact same way, which I think is really awesome. Race was going really, really good for us so far. We got down to the speed zone in Ojos and I could see Ryan Millen about 3 seconds and 4 seconds in front of San Pedro, who was 3 or 4 seconds in front of me. Hitting a jump at 100 miles an hour plus is nerve-wracking when you're coming up to it. Pre-ran it a couple times and we knew we could hit it flat out, so that's what we did. The whole section after Ojos is silty, tight, but opens up, and there's bumps, there's every aspect of it. There's fast stuff, silt. Run through the mountains and then we drop down and it's 130 mile an hour straightaway for 5 miles to head out to K77 road crossing. We passed, I think, a couple guys that were not in our class. Some were on their sides, flipped over, some were pulled over, changing tires. But for the most part, we had Millen and San Pedro right in front of us, pacing off of them. As long as I could stay in their dust and I could see a green truck, I knew we were doing all right. Taking a step back, we had no problems in staging or heading up to the race. The second we took the ceremonial start, we started having weird things happen with some of the electronics. And I didn't think anything really of that, but the radio kept turning on and off. So I thought there was something wrong with the radio. I looked down, I saw some weird voltage on one of the alternators, so we switched to alternator 2, and everything was good at that point. Fast forward to basically the speed zone at the road crossing, everything was great. Our whole first section was good. I think we were running 3rd on time. Everything was running flawless, right where we wanted to be. The second we hit that road crossing, we started having a bunch of weird stuff happen. I thought it was ignition, electrical. I kept looking at the alternators, changing the alternators. The fuel pumps were kicking on and off. Some weird stuff was going on. And we made it about 20 more miles after that, and then finally it started spitting the serpentine belt off. Serpentine belt spits off, get out of the truck, put it back on, don't think anything of it. We made it another mile, pitched it off again. And I'm thinking, what the heck's going on? Get out, put the serpentine belt back on. By then, you know, guys are starting to go past us. We jumped back in and go, and we made it another half a mile, and it went off again. And we could not figure out what was going on, and it ended up being one of the alternators was coming apart, something we don't know 100% yet, but we were getting weird voltage spikes, 19 plus volts, and it was getting so hot that it was seizing up the alternator, and that's what was pitching the belt off. And of course, it's so hot. We're down in a wash inland. 3rd time the belt fell off. We were around a bunch of locals, and if they wouldn't have given me water bottles, I probably would have been in pretty bad shape because I hit a wall. I'm in the engine bay, heat from the engine bay, fire suit on, and it's hot down there during the 500, so thanks to those guys. We come down to these races to win, and that's our #1 goal. So when we have big electrical problems or gremlins that we don't really know the fix for it immediately, we make the decision to save the equipment. And on the bright side, we have a fresh truck that's ready to go race the Baja 400. We've got all the kinks worked out of it. Austin working super hard, Aiden, Preston, everybody at the race shop. We got back, they all dove in it and figured out what all the problems were, and they're remedied now, and so we're coming at the 400. Shit happens, and get ready and fix it and come back and try again at the next one.